you can vote any way you want, and no one will ever know.
It's coming up to the election. Are you a man? Are you man enough to vote for Kamala? Are ya? Did you not see her on SNL? Are you man enough? Let's have a look at this brilliant bit of new propaganda and see how it tickles the testosterone, baby.
Come on, boys. Let's make America great again. It's your turn, buddy.
Before you cast your vote in this election, think about how it'll impact the people you care about the most.
Daddy!
Remember, you can vote any way you want, and no one will ever know.
Have you seen all of the viral videos that show people like pressing Trump, Trump on those machines and it coming up? Kamala, Kamala. You can't vote any way you want. You'll vote the way that the Dominion voting machine tells you, if these videos are anything to go by. It's interesting that there's concocting the idea that you might see the booth as a sort of a private safe space, when in fact they look at bathrooms as places that ought not be prescriptive or defined on the basis of millennia of understanding when it comes to sex and gender. That we in fact are gods of our own body, and we are able to determine not only who we are and what we are, which I think all of us agree with. You want me to be as maximum Russell as possible, and I want you to be the maximum you as possible, because I believe in God, and I believe that God wants you to be magnificent and great. I don't believe that human power should be the apex of all power. Indeed, that's sort of almost a definition of evil in some regards. But once you appoint human beings as the apex of power, then you can reason your way into anything. It's called sophistry. The idea that you can make very, very clever arguments to put people wherever you want them. If human beings are the ultimate power, if life is finite, if matter can be manipulated by human beings, if the way that agriculture demonstrates we can control animals, we can control chemistry, we can control hormones, we can control consciousness itself. This is indeed, perhaps, let me know in the comments and chat, people on Rumble, if you agree with this, and my Awaken Wonders, if you agree that what we are actually experiencing is an attempt to usurp divine power. Even if you don't believe in God, you might be a pagan. You know, you might believe in like sort of witches or warlocks or warlords, or you might believe in the Prophet Muhammad, or you might believe in Buddha. But all of these beliefs foreclose on the notion that any human being has got the right to sit at the apex of all power. When Christianity talks about government, it says you can trust government as long as they don't transgress God's laws. Well, let's have a look at what God's laws are and what might be being transgressed. And perhaps there are correlatives between Christian theological law and Mosaic law and the types of laws that come up in other religions. But there will certainly be opposition between these kind of spiritual decrees and precepts and the types of laws that are being continually advanced by materialists and rationalists. And the idea that there is a kind of sanctity and privacy in the voting booth where you're free to express yourself. Listen, I've got daughters. You know, I've got daughter. Who's more important to me than my sons and daughters? I hope I evolve to the point where I see all children and all of us as part of some common human family. But at the moment, I'm still, as best as I can attempt, best as I try to overcome it, I'm still a prisoner of my biology. I do love my 3 children more than I love other people's children. I'm invested, but I also understand philosophically that you presumably feel the exact same way about the people you love as I feel about the way that I love. So the role of government has to be minimized, and the power of commercial global entities has to be redressed and brought down. How do we do that? Do you believe that the government is acting on your behalf anymore? Can you envisage a version of government that is? And do you imagine that in that voting booth tomorrow, Americans, you get to make a choice that could influence that one way or the other? Let's look at the rest of it.
Do your patriotic duty.
You bet I did, brother.
What happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls.
Paid for by Vote Common Good.
What happens at a Diddy party stays at a Diddy party, as long as the correct endorsements are issued on time. It's always incredible to see sacred principles utilized to undergird materialistic and rational ideas, i.e., Here's an obvious example. The Capitol building is sacred. If you cross that little red velvet VIP rope, you are crossing a sacred line. It's like wearing your shoes in the temple, not having a yarmulke on, or not bowing before God, or using profanity. So there is an acknowledgement that there is a sacred principle. All we're arguing about is who gets to use that sacred principle in order to control people. I would say you should have your own relationship with God, and that's, like it says in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So can you tell me, you lot know more about America than I do. I'm a visitor in your country. You have your right to worship God, and the state oughtn't try to intercede, magnetize, and reroute that divine power in order to control you and as many people as possible. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and chat? Listen, if you're not watching this on our great home, Rumble, the fantastic free streaming platform where people get to argue against power, and you're in fact watching it on YouTube that still yields to the globalists, then turn on that notification bell. And remember, you can see us stream live every single day on Rumble, and consider becoming an awakened wonder. Cybercrime. It's the third largest economy. I wonder what the first one is. Military-industrial complex, big pharma. Is it big tech? I don't know. But the third biggest one is cybercrime, and it targets like email, social media passwords. Even AT&T announced that hackers had compromised all of their customers' text and call records. That's us. That's me. That's you. Bunker is an affordable, all-in-one app protecting you and me against identity theft, fraud, surveillance, all stuff that you don't want, including patent-pending secure messaging, password management, and secure cloud storage. Why pay for different applications when you can protect yourself with Bunker for $12 annually? It's not much, is it? That's $1 a month. Let me divide that into weeks, 20 seconds. It's not much. Bunker is owned and operated by security professionals with a history of protecting the public against cyber criminals and surveillance. Bunker, they believe that people should be empowered to focus on what matters most, security and privacy in day-to-day life. For a limited time, Bunker's offering a 1-year free trial for you, friends, and family. That's if you sign up today. You've got to sign up today. You can have it free for a year. So download Bunker from the App Store or Play Store using the offer code BRAND, all caps, to get the first year for free. Thank you. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.